From a wealthy concubine to the only female emperor in Chinese history, Wu Zetian's rise to power was nothing short of remarkable. She ruled with an iron fist, implemented reforms that changed the course of Chinese history, and left a legacy that continues to be debated to this day. Join us as we explore the life, achievements, and legacy of Wu Zetian, the woman who broke the barriers of gender inequality and became a force to be reckoned with in the Tang dynasty. The early life and rise to power of Wu Zetian. Wu Zetian was born into a wealthy family in the Tang dynasty in 624 CE. Her father was a chancellor in the government, and she was well educated from a young age. When she was a teenager, she was selected to join the imperial harem of Emperor Taizong, one of the most powerful rulers in Chinese history. Wu Zetian quickly caught the eye of Emperor Taizong, who made her his favorite concubine. She was intelligent, ambitious, and politically savvy, and she used her position in the imperial harem to gain influence in the court. After Emperor Taizong died in 649 CE, Wu Zetian became a concubine of his son, Emperor Gaozong. Wu Zetian continued to rise in power and influence during Emperor Gaozong's reign. She gave birth to several children, including 2 sons who would later become emperors themselves. She also cultivated relationships with powerful officials and generals in the court and used her intelligence and political acumen to gain more power and influence. When Emperor Gaozong fell ill in the 680s, Wu Zetian took over as regent and effectively ruled as emperor in all but name. She purged political opponents and consolidated power, becoming the most powerful figure in the court. When Emperor Gaozong died in 683 CE, Wu Zetian became the Empress Dowager and continued to wield significant influence over the court. In 690 CE, Wu Zetian declared herself emperor, marking the start of her own dynasty, the Zhou dynasty. She ruled with an iron fist, purging political opponents and executing those who crossed her. Despite her controversial methods, she implemented several reforms that improved the lives of her subjects and expanded the empire's territory. Wu Zetian's rise to power was a remarkable feat, especially considering the limitations placed on women in Chinese society at the time. She used her intelligence, ambition, and political savvy to overcome these barriers and become one of the most powerful rulers in Chinese history. The remarkable achievements of Wu Zetian. One of Wu Zetian's most significant achievements was the abolition of the practice of concubinage. This allowed men to take multiple wives and concubines, which often led to political infighting and instability in the court. Wu Zetian saw this as a threat to the stability of the empire and banned the practice, requiring all men to have only one wife. Wu Zetian also reformed the civil service system, making it more merit-based and less reliant on family connections. This allowed talented officials to rise to the top based on their abilities rather than their family connections. She also expanded the empire's territory by annexing neighboring states and improving the infrastructure of the empire. In addition to her political achievements, Wu Zetian was also a patron of the arts and encouraged intellectual pursuits, especially for women. She personally wrote poems and essays and sponsored the construction of several Buddhist temples and monasteries. Despite her accomplishments, Wu Zetian remains a controversial figure in Chinese history. Some view her as a ruthless and power-hungry leader who used violence to maintain her grip on power, while others see her as a feminist icon who broke through the barriers of gender inequality to become the first female ruler in Chinese history. The legacy of Wu Zetian. Wu Zetian's legacy is complex and multifaceted. On one hand, she is celebrated as a trailblazer and feminist icon who defied the gender roles of her time to become the first and only female emperor in Chinese history. Her rise to power and her many accomplishments as a ruler remain a source of inspiration for women in China and around the world. On the other hand, Wu Zetian's reign was marked by violence and repression, and her methods of maintaining power were often ruthless and controversial. Her legacy is still debated by scholars and historians, with some viewing her as a powerful and effective ruler who accomplished much during her reign, while others see her as a tyrant who used fear and violence to maintain her grip on power. Despite these controversies, Wu Zetian's impact on Chinese history is undeniable. Her reign ushered in a period of stability and expansion for the Tang dynasty, and her reforms helped to strengthen the central government and improve the lives of her subjects. Her legacy as a powerful and ambitious ruler, as well as a feminist icon, continues to be celebrated and analyzed to this day.